man.
With three the hard way. That's right. You're not rocking with the best. Youngstown Zone, 3 PMD, a Death Pod Swable Boom production. Take off and Eddie P. Featuring the man in the myth who explains the man in the myth. Jay motherfucking Drizzy. And you are now listening to the legendary sounds of Beat Down Brown. And like we always do about this time, anything that comes out of my mouth, the quartermaster's mouth, or Jay Drizzy's mouth do not represent the views and opinions of one Mr. Ed Duma. For all you fans of Youngstown MTV Raps, Mr. Fab Five Eddie. 2022's very own Mr. Ed 2020. And you know him and love him. 1/3 of 3 PMD's very own, Youngstown, Ohio's very own, DJ LOH on the ones and twos, very own high value man, Mr. Fab Five Eddie. Rest in peace, he slay. Shout out to DJ Red Alert, DJ O Money, the whole yo, Jay Drizzy and Pearson Fail. Wish you was here this week. Let's fight this motherfucking evil.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Shit, man. How you fellas doing?
We are.
Oh, man. I'm happy to not be coughing, man.
Yeah, this is that first week COVID free.
Yeah.
That shit was hurting. Like,
Survive, brother. Survive.
Man, I'm happy, man. It is funny because I went to my cardiac rehab today, and the one nurse, she was like, "How did you feel?" And then she went to her whole story like she was a veteran and shit, like she was in Iraq with, at a whole different time. Oh my God. I couldn't breathe. She was grabbing her wrinkles right here,
Oh, shit. All right, man. You want to get into this shit?
Yeah, brother.
Right.
Shit, what we start off with? That racist shit?
There's like a couple racist ones.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Cardinals leading the Central. They finish up that 3-game series in Bush, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. ESPN,
Look at my dude.
and radio.
Look at his
and
face.
We'll start with 6 Eastern baseball tonight, Sunday night.
Look at him. He don't want to do that shit.
What is going on with this?
So,
why not, right?
When
in Rome.
Little
taking
Caucasian
stuffing out of a
members
stuffed
of his
animal? Is that
team
how that-
decided to put cotton in his hair during the, I think it's Little League or Teenage Pop Warner or whatever.
Little League,
Yeah,
World
baseball
Series or
World
some shit.
Series. So they just put cotton all in his fucking hair. Now, like they got these little, they gave him these little stuffed animals, and for some odd reason, no one knows why, they decided to put cotton all over his hair. And a lot of people saw this shit, man. And let me preface this shit by saying this is not indicative of all white people, because there's a lot of white people calling this shit out on, I think it was Twitter or whatever you sent me. I was looking at the comments, and they called this shit out. In the article, they said they contacted the parents, and he was like, "Oh, we don't see anything wrong with this," which is what I have a huge fucking problem with. And we addressed this here on the show, but we'll do it again. But yeah, they decided to put cotton in this young man's hair on TV. And if you look at the look on his face, he is not really feeling the fucking joke.
He already looked like he's the odd man out.
Right.
On this squad, right?
Right.
So he's just trying to get in where he could fit in.
Right.
And for him, he thinks this is some type of hazing, but he don't understand the history.
Right.
Maybe these little white kids don't even know it either. But still, where are the coaches?
You're absolutely right. But this is the problem I have. We don't want to think or imagine that this shit is being taught in the household.
We don't want to.
Or that these kids are being exposed to this. But time and time again, like we did the episode where we talked about the racist prom, requests, prom date requests. Just like we talked about the it was another one. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Oh, the college bus full of kids singing the racist song, and they all got busted for that. And it's always boiled down to it's just a prank. And like what's interesting is right now. Let me just sidebar this conversation because we're going to tie in right now. Tyler Perry came under a little bit of fire because recently he just said that he wasn't going to teach his child about race. Now, this is not a Tay Diggs type deal where
wait,
his
hold on,
wife.
back up a little bit. He's got a kid
Yeah.
from a
where
woman?
Yeah.
Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Yes,
It's his.
Got a son.
It looks like it.
Hey, man, stop it. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Fab Five, I'm being good, man. I'm doing my damage to be good.
I got a custom model tank now, man. Go ahead, man.
You got a custom. He got a custom model tank. But yeah, man, he's got a kid. And so
Can you
it's
call a
not
child a beard?
huh?
No, you cannot and will not on this platform. No.
Okay. All right, I'm done.
Go ahead, man.
So my name is Old Canadian Dry. No, it's not like the brother Tay Diggs, who's I want to say his wife is either Spanish or Caucasian. He made the same statement, and he said, pretty much the reason because the kid's biracial. Tyler Perry's woman is black, his child is black, and he says, "I'm not teaching my kid about race." And I think this is what you get when you try to act like race isn't a thing in this country. You get your kid on national television with other kids putting cotton in his hair. You get your daughter going to school and her roommate who loathes you taking your toothbrush and putting it up her crotch, putting it back in your toothbrush holder, and then you wondering why you sick.
God.
Damn.
Me Sheep. Hey, this is actually an awesome podcast. Yo, shout out to
Thank
Me
you.
Sheep. 1, 2, 3. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, man. Thank you, man. We work hard, man. I got 2 of the baddest fucking co-hosts in the land, man. We appreciate that, man. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell.
Please.
Sir.
But this is what you get. You get this type of fucking abuse, and in the words of the brother Tariq Nasheed, fucking buck breaking.
Mm.
You
You can't have this color blindness. Last time I checked, there's no such thing as any type of good blindness.
No.
No. Last time I checked.
Hell yeah.
That's real shit. That's some real shit. That's some OG Youngstown, old school North Side shit. That's some real shit.
I don't see color. We're gonna
Right.
get you checked. Because
Well,
you need to. If you're gonna navigate these waters, man, you need to.
because everybody else does. Now,
That part.
that doesn't mean that you gotta walk around hating motherfuckers. You just need to be aware
Mm-hmm.
of your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Handsome Mandela, it's always a prank until it hits home.
Yes,
Right
sir.
on, man. Shout out to the brother, our brother, Youngstown's own Handsome
Yes,
Mandela,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
We gotta get the brother on the show, man.
Indeed.
I know he got a
Indeed.
mic. I know he got plenty of
You know
mics.
he got a mic. You know he got a mic. We get him a mic. We'll get him a fucking mic.
He got a couple mics.
Give him the
He got a
link.
mic.
Give
He gonna be
him,
on
send
here
him-
auto-tuned. He got
Man,
a mic.
Send him the link. I don't give a fuck if
Hey,
he holding
I
his
don't-
phone.
I don't think I got his contact.
I got him.
Man.
I got him.
Yeah.
Shoot him
I
the
got
link.
him.
Shoot him the link.
Shoot him the link.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he said, it's always a prank until it's not a prank. And again, this shit ain't about hating nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because in this world, man, it's fucked up. And this is why you got to be aware, because everybody that's nice to you ain't your friend, and everybody that's a little bit hard on you is not your enemy. You gonna run into good people and you gonna run into bad people, but you gotta be aware. And I just told my son, two things that you don't want to be ignorant of is the difference between friends and enemies, and you also don't want to be ignorant of what's going on in the room. I told him, I said it's
Right.
very dangerous not to know the difference between friends and enemies and not being able to read the room. when you are not teaching your children about this shit that goes on in the world, and you trying to ignore it because you're under some false pretense that if you don't say anything, it doesn't exist. Kind of like these motherfuckers that if I take an AIDS test, if I don't take it, I won't know that I got AIDS. No, motherfucker, you got to talk about it, because just because you don't believe, and I'm not calling any particular group a devil, but this is, this statement is older than any of us. Just because you don't believe in the devil or God or whatever, doesn't mean that they don't believe in you. So you know what I mean?
Indeed, man. And I think you're doing a disservice, but people who talk like that has the resources to protect their kid.
There you go.
Who act like, this conversation is just between you and me, and not the rest of the everybody else with eyeballs on the planet. They have those kind of resources, kind of like with the Dwayne Wade situation.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And
right.
These type of situations, like the mom and for the little boy that was getting, the cotton wig, said that it was all just good fun. They were just playing around, and the kid didn't feel some type of way. It's like it's the perception, Mom. It's not necessarily, they may be the best of friends, but it's the perception. Because he's gonna be known as that little boy now,
right?
Because that was live television,
right? And I think the other problem with the part of the story is we ain't get the fuck to hear what the dad said. It's always the mama.
I'm sure Dad didn't want to. He was coming in too hot. I'm sure he's like, y'all don't want me on this motherfucker, because I'm gonna say some shit and he ain't gonna have no friends.
But sometimes that's what the fuck we. Will you say he'll be in the Boy Scouts next time we see him?
He ain't gonna be in the Boy Scouts or whatever. He'll be in the Baby Black Panthers, something.
Baby Black Panthers.
The baby Wakandas. So no, man, but it's real shit, man. Like, I at what point do we start to come in hot though, man? We can't always keep me. Listen, man, this is why motherfuckers, when Trayvon Martin died that year, you had some 50 and 60-year-old white men dressing up with ketchup and shit on their shirt like they was Trayvon Martin. That's why there was a video game on the iTunes store. Some about Trayvon, it was some derogatory shit. Because it's just like, oh, we got to turn the other cheek. No, man. Turn the other way and come in hot, man. Because we doing our kids a disservice, man. Because they grow up these broken people and they secretly resent, us for not telling them shit. These other groups, man, you ain't gonna do that to them. You ain't gonna disrespect their children, or it's gonna be fucking hell to pay.
Like I said, man, I got a problem with anybody touching the top of my head.
Come on, man.
Especially doing some stupid shit like that. It's like, man, hold on, man. I'm in my uni. I see the cameras on. And like you said, just be aware of your surroundings. He's just sitting there taking it like, well, I'll do whatever it takes to fit in.
Right.
I don't want to stand out too much since I am, maybe the only minority.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you guys, man. It's like, where were the adults at in the room?
That's hard.
Kids are gonna be kids. And I doubt that they fully understand, the racial history behind that. Yeah, they might have a little grasp of it, but at that age, they're not really getting it. I don't think it's really hit them the way it's hit older people or people that actually lived through that bullshit. But it's just I find it really foul. How can you treat the best player on your team like that? And I didn't even watch the game. I just know that he's there because of his athleticism, and I'm wondering, like, where were all the Dominican players? Them 35-year-old niggas with no birth certificates on that team,
bro,
ready to lay hands on these.
Good observation, because they're not letting Tyrone on the team unless he can swing the stick.
Right.
So he serves a purpose. He's not just a diversity hire.
Right.
He's a handicapper. So shit.
Right. And here's the thing, like you made a great comment when you said these kids don't grasp it. The young blood probably don't fully grasp what was going on, but see, in his soul, you can see that youngin felt something was off. And that's why I don't blame him. Because when your mama sees this shit, now you got other white people pointing out how fucked up this is. But your mama's saying, oh, it's clean fun. So of course he's just gonna be like, well, damn, ain't nobody really gonna defend me. Cause daddy with a wild Irish rose on his breath, like, you little motherfuckers, I kicked the shit out of every one of y'all.
Wait till they get off the bus.
No draws.
Yeah, right. Wait till they get off the bus. You know,
see, he at that age where his mama need to sit him in front of the TV and let him watch Roots like our parents did. That's how you learn. You got to watch Roots. Yeah. All 800 episodes of that shit in the 2 weeks that it's on.
Like you said, he need his, Mr. Clark to come out with his bat.
You go.
That's what he need.
That's what he need. Look at your Sam's ugly. Yeah.
But like I said, Tank hit a good point. These are kids. They don't know. They're not grasping the seriousness of that whole situation, and they will eventually. They will.
I think they know.
They didn't went viral, and all the wrong for all the wrong reasons. So,
yeah, it's if you're on a live broadcast in this is some playoffs or World Series or whatever the fuck it was. They're all on TV, and to let that shit go down, you got to assume that the coaches are accomplices.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're good. So
they are. They knew
all anger should be directed at the coaches of that team. And it should go from there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys just saw what happened in with the girls volleyball, Duke versus BYU. The black sister for Duke was serving, and all of a sudden somebody in the crowd just started yelling, "Nigga!" Is he here?
Handsome Mandela.
What's up? The buck, what it is.
The brother.
Baby.
Oh, man.
It's midnight no matter where you at. So how's life for you, man?
Young man?
Man, fantastically well and blessed. How about y'all brothers?
Hey, man, we stay being outstanding. We good.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
trying to live this dream.
Man. That's
yeah.
what it is.
Man.
Good
like I said, man,
all y'all, man.
Same, man.
Good
We just want
you,
you could chime in on the story of the topic at hand about this whole
that was a monstrosity at best.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. As a father, what would you have done? Once your phone started blowing up, what's the first thing that handsome Mandela would have did?
Man, shoot. Would have first off, I would have taught my child about all that stuff off the bat.
Gotcha.
My child wouldn't have been in that situation off the bat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, you cannot be a child of melanin and not teach him about the past. I mean, all this stuff about the whole critical race theory and all that, dude. There's history. And I mean, I'm not going to go into religion, but God don't like ugly, and what don't come out in the wash going to come out in the rinse. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to come out eventually.
Got you.
And that's 100, man, because we keep seeing this shit repeat itself. And it's always the same excuse. Well, it was just a joke. We didn't know better.
Yeah.
Nah, motherfucker, y'all know what y'all doing. If this shit was happening 20 years ago, y'all know what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Oh, indeed.
I was talking about that female who every time she went to go serve, some dude was in the crowd yelling, calling her a nigger every time she went to go serve at the game the other night. And BYU didn't put out a statement until her aunt put out a tweet saying, talked about what had happened. And now the shit didn't went viral.
Did they get rid of her?
Nah, they what they did was ban that fan for life from the games. See, and they said nobody in the stand checked this dude. They just sat and pretty much what he said.
This is Brigham Young University, right?
Yes, Utah.
Yeah. Aren't Mormons known to be?
Oh yeah.
I understand that, but he said the quiet part loud. That's all. And
Yeah.
you know, and nobody said it. Like every time she got up to hit, he just kept yelling.
Yeah, because there's something in the Mormon religion that says that black people are cursed, right?
Well, yeah, they believed that we were the curse of Cain. I did the motherfucker told me that. I said, what? Everybody hate us. So what it was is when Cain killed Abel, supposedly they believe when he was banished. You know how it says that he was marked by God? So apparently God was so mad that he killed his brother that he made his hair nappy, gave him big ass lips, big ears, and a long dick, and made him black. That's what he did.
So, you know, you're in the wrong place if you trying. We don't do the religion on this platform.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't do that.
It's one of those things. You don't hear about Mormons too much. You hear about the magic draws, and then you hear about how they hate black people. But so those are the two things I know about Mormons. You know what I mean? So to hear this shit going down at Brigham Young, it just kind of makes sense. You know, it's like,
but normally you don't hear that. They're not like that. But you can, I guess you say, expect something like that. You're not surprised. I'm sorry that something like that had happened. But normally they're not with that kind of bullshit out loud.
You ever get the motherfuckers to come to your door with them little short sleeve shirts on?
A couple of them almost caught a couple 2 pieces, man.
Right.
I was getting my groceries out and my back was turned. And those motherfuckers was like, hey, can we help you? And I was like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need like 4 feet, bro. You
gotta stay on guard down here with that, bro.
Yep.
They be down here crazy, bro. I'm cool on that.
And that's the thing. I would ask them about that shit. I would be like, yo, what's up with that curse of Cain shit? They'd be like, well,
get on your bike and just ride off, motherfucker.
That's the old way. They would. Motherfucker, you just...
I'm cool. Like Tank said, with the magic underwear and black people can only get to heaven as a slave. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
man.
Hold on. So there was a fan at a Brigham Young University game yelling "nigga" as loud as he can. You realize that's a dry fucking state, right? Like this motherfucker was sober doing this shit.
Oh, see, I was thinking.
So
about
he
that
meant
too.
that. He meant that from the souls of his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that wasn't Tourette's.
But listen, none of this shit shocked me. I got story after story, but when I played football, I ain't gonna say where, but we went across over into another little township, and we heard it. We heard this shit coming from the stands.
Yeah.
We was like, what the fuck did he just say?
I mean, they just didn't.
Go out there and play the best. That's how they hit you, though. That's what they do. The best way to beat them is on the field. Hey, man, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
like an ass whooping.
With a cleat smoothing that calf muscle, bitch. You
Coach Mack
motherfucking right on the field, bitch.
Right.
Coach Mack would have took his big ass up there and beat some ass. I guarantee you. Coach Mack would have been throwing motherfuckers into the field.
You fucking right. Yeah. But that's how they get you with that.
Yeah, use it as motivation.
Yeah,
use that as motivation.
That's like, look, man, it's a certain motivational speaker. Everybody knows the guy. I'm not gonna disparage him because he says good things. The only fucking thing I don't like about him is when they hit him, he's wishy-washy when it comes to the race shit.
Gotcha.
And he's a Navy SEAL. I'll say that. And they asked him one time, they said, what do you think about all the stuff that's going on in the world, the George Floyd stuff? Well, I'm not gonna, there's racism out there, but I'm not gonna complain about it. You know how I fight racism? I go out there and show them that I'm the baddest motherfucker alive. Like, cause he can run 200 miles and all of this shit. But when he wants to tell his story, it's, I was fat and I was a fat kid and I grew up in this town and the KKK was big and, it was just when the KKK, the Grand Dragon's son used to sit behind me and he called me nigger every day in my ear. Like, bro, you playing. Mm-hmm. You playing. Motherfucker, you don't show nobody you the baddest motherfucker by doing some push-ups. You a circus freak to these motherfuckers. Listen, 500... Motherfucker, I ain't running 3 feet to prove to you shit. Now I chase you the fuck down for being disrespectful, but it's just a shame what these kids got to go through, and a lot of it has to do with the lack of racial tutelage in the home.
Yes, sir.
That's the best goddamn. What's that shit? The theory. What's the shit called?
CRT, critical race theory.
That's the best shit. Fuck a school, because they're gonna fuck with it. That's the best critical race theory you can get is in your home with some motherfuckers who dealt with it. Go sit in front of an old black person and they can educate you. And I won't understand.
Hey, Handsome Mandela, your kids still in school, like primary school and shit? Are like they still that age?
My youngest are 13.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
So are they teaching this shit in your? I mean, I don't know anything about this critical race theory. I just hear about it on TV and people complain about it.
Well, see, the wildest shit now is like all my kids is down here everybody is down in Texas with me, not with me, but everybody's in Texas now. So it's not like it's being taught in Ohio no more. My kids was like last year, they was like, yeah, they was teaching this about the Klan and stuff. I'm like, oh, word. But see, now I was just reading like in Grapevine, they trying to get rid of like the whole stuff with the critical race theory and stuff, and like the kids just did a protest. They just marched out and was like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all on some bullshit. Y'all know y'all lying about this shit. So y'all can eat dicks. We out. So a lot of stuff that they trying to teach, these kids like, man, y'all full of shit. We know y'all full of shit and y'all lying. So we ain't trying to hear this shit. So it's like what they trying to teach. These kids already up on game. Like, y'all trying to brainwash us with this shit, and we ain't having it. So a lot of this shit ain't even flying with these motherfuckers.
Right. See, I left there in 2016. About 4 years prior to that, young white girl come out, and she said they starting to take shit out of the school books. She said, you know, we had some of the best schools, but they starting to fuck with the books. She said they're not gonna call it the transatlantic slave trade anymore. They're gonna call it the triangular trade.
Yeah, they trying to say on some shit like the slaves is here on some. They trying to call them like some migrants or something. How the fuck you migrate across the goddamn ocean, bitch? Halfway. Word.
Right.
You know niggas can't swim. Where's the logic, son? Stop playing.
This is coming from Handsome Mandela.
Fucking serious. Nah, dog.
I mean, it's 100, man. They took another famous black woman out the books. Like, why? We don't need to teach that. They sanitizing this shit, man.
They don't want people to feel uncomfortable. They don't want a certain group of folks to feel uncomfortable about what actually really happened, even though, like Mandela said, they already up on game. They know.
Right.
They know already.
And I mean, on some real, not to cut you, but on some real stuff too. If you really peep game, like a lot of these kids is learning all this stuff from TikTok. Real talk.
Yeah.
And you see how they trying to cut TikTok out. They ain't messing with Facebook. They ain't messing with Instagram. They trying to mess with Twitter because of Elon, but they really trying to mess with TikTok. You know, that's where all the knowledge and game coming from.
Yeah.
That's
real shit, bro.
The internet is opening up a lot of eyes, man. It's waking a lot of people up, man.
It is
good and bad. You know.
There you go.
Facts.
Good and bad.
I just never got on that. I just never understood that critical race theory thing, man. I knew they were lying to us when I was in school.
Yep.
They're lying to us now. I can't see how the bullshit they taught us when I was going through school could be any worse. You know, like I know that like when you go through that first 12 years of school, it's nothing but indoctrination. You know what I mean? Like it's all fucking lies. It's all about nationalism, you know, America's the greatest place on the planet and we're the best at everything and blah, blah, blah. And like, it's nothing but lies. You know, like the whole thing is nothing but fucking lies. So when they go back and try and change some of the lies and make them different lies,
right?
I mean, I can't see getting upset behind it.
They're just trying to plug in race, hence critical race theory. They're just trying to plug that in. Like, hey, look, it started off, you know, you had these white folks who own these black folks. Baseline shit. And they're like, no, we don't want to say, we can't say because, you know, we're going to have all the white kids, you know, they're going to feel sad.
They call it white guilt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
motherfuckers history.
That's just what happened. We're not saying that, you know, you, Tommy, did that. No, we just saying this is what happened.
We said this what happened.
Happened.
Tommy, don't try that bullshit.
That part.
That's all we saying. Like,
that's all we saying. We ain't saying
nobody
you.
telling you gotta feel guilty. But see, that's the projection that we want them to feel guilty. Now, our people are owed something from this country. We are. But as far as motherfuckers feeling guilty and all that, man, you save that shit for yourself. Because we ain't gonna meet most of these fucking people. That's why, you know, what real proximity are we to different ethnicities like that? Even if we live by each other, we're not really socializing with each other like that. And I'm not saying good or bad for any reason. Most people tend to stay to their fucking self.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I did a lot of interracial dating. So you know, I was in a lot of households. So yeah, like I spread the good word around. You know what I mean?
I ain't talking about that, man. I'm talking
It doesn't get more intimate than that. He got a point. He got a point. That's all. Like I said, man, you want to know the ins and outs of different cultures. He knows the ins and outs of different cultures.
Yeah, fucking is one thing. I'm saying, like, going up in motherfuckers' houses every weekend, having peach cobbler, watching the game, and that type of shit.
Gotcha.
You know, some tuna casserole. But it's not. It's not about feeling guilt, man. We just got to know where we coming from, so we don't repeat this shit again.
That's it. That's all. That's
and when
it.
you got parents saying shit like, "I'm not gonna talk about it,"
not
and
gonna
then your
work.
kid, you setting your kid up for the fucking woo. And I'll stop there.
Gotcha. Brother Tank, what we got, man?
Let's see.
It's the one you sent, man. Okay.
Oh,
What is
this is hilarious. Look at
When
his
you
face.
thought it couldn't get no worse.
Yeah.
Right. Look at his face. He like, this bitch that got me some shit again.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah, he's
He's a
fucked.
doctor. He's
Yeah,
fucked.
now they're looking for, you know, a new place to relocate because don't nobody want to go to their practice.
Why would you? You know, why would you? Yeah, like this is all done in bad taste. I just
How can this not be? And the reason why I really sent this thing is because of the fire department.
That's what I was about to say.
What the chief did. You know, so it's like fucked up on top of fucked up.
Right.
Bad enough this shit's popping off. I'm on the clock and I gotta go mandated.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, here's the thing. So these two motherfuckers threw this racist Juneteenth party that was like a big mock celebration. And they're friends with one of the firemen, chiefs or something.
Fire chief.
And they took the whole fucking fire truck to the party. So the whole fire crew sat there at this party, and one of those crew members was a black dude.
Right.
Who started taking photographs. It was like, you know, the bad thing is like when you're on duty and you're on shift, you guys have to go as a crew because you're gonna have to respond and you have to go together, you know. So all your moves go together. You know, we used to do this shit all the time. You know, we go to bars, we go to parties like this, you know, go to grocery stores, all that shit, but you all did it together. And a lot of times you ended up at some fucked up places you didn't want to be because one crew member wanted to be there. And you ended up shit like this. Like,
but
you
it's
ended up
chief.
in places like this.
So you have to go. You come in the yard. They got buckets of KFC chicken.
Buckets of KFC, Hennessy
and bottles
everywhere.
of Hennessy in the yard.
Bro, all right, so I don't know if you guys remember my first captain at YFD.
I remember.
Real racist motherfucker. Real racist motherfucker. He's funny as hell.
Was that the loud dude?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
do I know him?
Yeah, you know him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know him.
Real cool motherfucker, man. I mean,
Racist
we
to the
fought fires
motherfucker.
together forever. And yeah, I call him racist because he said a lot of racist shit. But
yes, he did.
That motherfucker saved my life more times than I can count, and I saved his. So he can say what the fuck he wants.
Gotcha.
Okay,
To you.
So yeah. But we went to a party, like a retirement party or something, up at Irish Bob's over there on South Avenue.
South Ave, yeah.
And they parked a truck, and this place where my captain used to fucking hang out. So he goes inside, and I'm like on the phone or something. I'm the last one to walk in. But as soon as I walk in, I hear some young kids saying, "Hey, there's a fire truck outside. I bet they're out there hosing off all the niggers." I'm like, what the fuck did I just walk into? You know what I mean? Like, what you wanted to punch him, but then it's like,
yeah,
you in the wrong place, bro. You on the south side of Youngstown yelling that shit. Step outside and say the same thing. just open the door and yell the same shit into the middle of the street.
Right.
Show how much of a badass you are. But yeah, people are fucking goofy, man. And this is the last thing you want to do is be caught up in some bullshit like this. Like,
well, you're a doctor,
right?
And like I said, they have these little private parties, so-called private parties, but not knowing this time that we live in, everything's recorded. Everything is recorded from the time you step outside your house, man. Everything is recorded, and you throwing a fucking party.
Yeah,
and and this is the theme: KFC buckets, Hennessy bottles,
Trump, fat heads or whatever the fucking stand-up posters are.
Yeah, and
Juneteenth, Freedom Day. See, I think this shit was her because if you look at his face, right, he's like, here this bitch go again. So the chief sent the black firefighter. He said, "Man, I don't want to go. They motherfucker, you going?" Right. And the chief, before they made him, before they can get in his ass and make him resign, he retired. He knew he was fucking wrong. Yeah, he knew he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? This was putting the proverbial cotton on that man's head.
Yeah,
just like that little boy. So, what it is, they're saying the lawyer came out. Now they took their own photos, and it was a recreation of what was at the party. And the guy's like, we just had the Juneteenth thing. We had some old ass fucking cornhole games. This is all we had. It was just political. The brother was like, no, that shit didn't look like that. I'm telling you, it was Hennessy and extra crispy fucking chicken buckets every fucking year. And they made me go to this shit. He was hot. Right. And so she kept swearing like, yo, we not racist. This, that, and the other. You can check our history. Well, 25 minutes later, they found out this bitch had a fake Twitter account called Ho Homeboy, in which she would troll other black people. She would troll black people and political figures and say nothing but racist shit. This isn't my husband, it's me, but I'm not racist. Like, come on, man. What fucking game are you playing here?
Yeah.
What fucking game are you playing?
The party wasn't serious, but I own up to the Twitter account.
Right.
You can't have it both ways. You can't.
Right.
It don't work like that. So that's what it is, man. I just thought the shit was fucking hilarious because the fire chief, brought the whole crew. Everybody coming. Yeah. Damn, that's fucked up.
He probably looked back at him like, you like the party? I'll go have something to eat. It's enough food for everyone.
Yeah.
It should be quite to your liking.
They didn't get all the chicken and
real shit out. Though. I mean, dog, the KFC was racist. If it was Popeyes, you might have been in there, dog. I mean, niggas love Henny. Let's just be real. Niggas love Henny, dog.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
But you can't put empty. Yeah, you can't put empty bottles of Henny and empty buckets of chicken out there in the yard.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. If it was like some grape Kool-Aid and grape Swishers, it might have been like, I might have been you know what I'm saying? Grape
Said the
Kool-Aid,
Swisher.
Swisher.
Everybody gonna be up there before.
It's like a pack
And a
of
banana
Newports.
cognac, bitch.
And a banana cognac.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want that purple stuff.
You're a fool for that. Oh my God! It's like, I don't care what they got some fire up in there though. You can say what you want, but just pass that fucking purple kush.
As long as Paula Dean wasn't catering that motherfucker, they was straight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'll tell you, being on a crew and going out to shit like this, you get put in a lot of fucked up situations.
Damn.
Shit, I had we went to a graduation party one time and sat down with old man Cafaro.
Okay.
That was fucking strange.
He let loose. Like I said, I would
no. It's just like we're fucking hose draggers, and you got this dude.
Yeah.
You got fucking Cafaro. You know what I mean? It's just like the two really don't mix.
Got you.
But you can be put in some fucked up, crazy situations.
Got you. All right, brother.
Yeah, I definitely ain't gonna say nothing bad about Mr. Cafaro.
Don't. That screen will go black,
Real quick.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Cats like that got somebody on deck in every corner of the world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Tank them froze up.
Hell yeah, he did. And he's sweating like a motherfucker too. Why he sweating so much? He's greasy to the motherfucker. Why you sweating, Cuddy? Man, come on.
Oh, it's 90 degrees out here, like 75, 80 degree, 80% humidity.
Yeah,
it's not the motherfucker. The only room in here with AC is the bedroom, and this is like it's a beach hut, pretty much.
So you ain't even supposed to be inside. You're supposed to be outside.
Nah, yeah.
So I got you.
Yeah.
So
what the fuck was this, man?
A student identifies as a cat. How stunning and brave. I'm like, this.
That's that shit we were talking about earlier.
Young lady in Australia, who's supposedly very fucking bright and intelligent, has been identifying as a cat, and the school is respecting the fact that she is identifying as a cat, up to and including letting her use the fucking litter box in the bathroom.
Stop playing.
Read the article. This bitch uses a litter box.
Come on now.
It'd be nice to be white just one day. You know what I mean? Like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, just one day. Just give me one day of being white.
She needs to be on somebody's couch talking about I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, son. That's real.
Listen, she doesn't speak during school hours. She will not fucking talk. Now,
so what's the purpose? Just homeschool her ass, man. Let her do that shit around the house.
Hold up. How she do her homework then? If she do like separate paw prints, do she like gotta dip her hand in specific different colors and shit, son?
I think after 3:30, this bitch go back to being regular.
I don't know.
Tank sent us this one, and I was just.
That's some Kaiser Sose shit, son.
She get around that corner, she upright,
If she a human after school is out, son, she that might be the new lick, dog, for real.
Oh wow. I'd like to find out if peanut butter works with cats.
Next.
Hold on, man. Hold on. We're not done with this. No, this goes to show like how far can we start accepting people's like mental problems?
I'm gonna say this.
At what point do we consider ourselves like encouraging this shit? You know what I mean?
That's what one of the doctors in the book, and I was actually glad he said something. But he said at what point, I think he used to work at Johns Hopkins, but it was a few doctors. And they said, at what point do we call this gender identity shit junk science? At what point, he said, we have these doctors that are performing experiments on these kids without telling them. He says, this shit is being done at at an age where it can cause irreparable damage, because these kids, they're gonna grow out of it. He says, and it was a few doctors, a lot of doctors speaking up about this shit. Like, at what fucking point do we start calling this shit what it is, which is bullshit? Like, he said, these are people that need serious mental help, but we are letting them out. Oh, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I'm a cat, I'm a dog.
I think it's too late, because now you get bashed for even questioning it.
I don't think it's too late.
If their parents is cool with it, what you gonna do?
I don't think it's too late, and here's why. Recently, we just found out that pretty much every other country, when you think about the transgender athletes, it's only in the U.S. can they participate in these sports. A lot of the countries ban that shit. And if they didn't ban it, they made it damn near fucking impossible. Like, they said you can only have but so much testosterone. They dropped it even lower. They was like, motherfucker, we better not see none of that shit in your system.
Okay, that's cool, but we're talking about these kids who get to go to school and use the damn litter box in the bathroom. They ain't got nothing to do with sports. So yeah, they could ban that, in other countries, but we're just saying, down in Australia, this shit is popping. They cool with it.
But I'm glad
that acceptance.
But again,
you can't roll that back now. It's already out. I'm
glad you said that though, because that's another thing that they brought up. They was like, yo, we got boys and girls bathrooms. We got, what the fuck? So, I mean, what I'm saying is, a few years ago, you wouldn't have heard any dissent. A lot of people are getting tired of this shit, man, because it's like, think about the motherfucker in what was that, GameStop, and he was like, "Do I look like a ma'am?" Yes, you do, nigga. Yes, you do. Now, he was fucking, or she, whatever the person identifies as, was cussing out a kid who worked at the store because the kid didn't recognize. He saw, didn't recognize what this person wanted to be recognized as. And so he said, yo, being mannerable. And then I think once he started cussing at him, the kid did start fucking with him a little bit, like, ma'am. He was like, ooh, what's your number? What's your number? Do I look like a ma'am? Like, bro, you have no tits. There's nothing womanly about you. No, you don't look like a ma'am.
No.
Like, again, people are tired of subscribing to what's going on in everybody else's head.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a whole segment, a whole damn show on this. Because, now, I remember, 10, maybe 12 years ago, when you did the whole dating scene, you knew who you were dating.
Yep.
Now, it's like, there's some ones that you like, were you born organic? Like this, with those features.
Yeah, were you an organic woman?
Yeah, that's what it is now. I mean, seriously, because the lines are blurred.
Mm-hmm.
To a point where it's like, damn, I have to. That's like the number one thing. Like, dude, do you pee like I pee? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. Sometimes you just ain't got time to be fucking around.
I'm happy I'm not single.
There's
facts.
There's a lot of political shit that goes into psychology, and psychology is not really a real science. And I'm giving anybody's pissed off when I say this. I took a psychology class one time down at YSU, so I know how to talk to bitches. But listen, no, but dead serious. Dead serious. All right. So if we go back into time, so there's the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Okay. So they had 3 versions all the way up until like 1970. Okay. Yep. And then from 1970, they've had 2 more versions. And in the 1970s version, they removed transvestitism and homosexuality as mental disorders.
Yep.
Okay. And this was around that time of Harvey Milk and, the beginning of gay pride, and, all that stuff. So that decision is political. You know, it's just what it is. It's to appease the masses of gay people and gay sympathizers, I guess, gay people and their boyfriends. But you see the problem that it's creating. I mean, there was a time when you wanted to get a sex change, you actually had to sit down in front of a psychiatrist, you know, and then they would give you the thumbs up afterwards. I don't know how that worked.
They checked you had to go through an evaluation. Yeah. And you had to be cleared. It wasn't just because you had a big bankroll. They literally had to evaluate your mentals before you can even get down.
Yeah, it's just, this whole thing is just moving sort of like the tides, and it's not really making much sense to a lot of people. It's just to appease a very small portion of the population and to make them fit in as rich white men, I guess.
Dave Chappelle said it.
Yeah. It's
this is my thing. Live your life, man. Listen, whatever the fuck you identify as or whatever, life is fucking, this is a motherfucker. Yeah. And it's getting harder. Life is a motherfucker. Live your life, be happy and prosperous, wear women's panties if you want to. If you're a woman and you think you're a dude, go find the biggest strap on and put some pants over it and live up, be who you want to be is what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, my guy, for real, if you like dudes,
wrap it up, man.
I'm rapping. Be you be. I know that was crack, but I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to mock anybody. Be who you want to be, but don't make me subscribe to it. I want you to be happy, be prosperous. I don't want to see anybody harmed. I don't want to see anybody hurt, but I don't want to be in your fucking bedroom. Okay, case in point. Sorry, Cuddy, I gotta go here. Motherfucker in the comments said, hey, y'all all up in his business. What's done in the dark come to light. No, the motherfucker put it in the news. He made it everybody's business. Shit we didn't care about. And we clearly said nobody gave a fuck. We been rocking with it.
There was no
He
knock.
was accepted. It was no knot. I made fun of his eye. Okay. But other than that, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't
probably right. He probably got some skeet in it once. I wanted to get to a point, and I kind of trailed off. But
go ahead.
The point that I was trying to make was that since the 1970s, we've gotten away from treating mental disorders to enabling mental disorders. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So, like. 25% of the fucking population wasn't born in the wrong goddamn body. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
Come on, son.
It's come on, man. Let's stop with this nonsense. Yes, you can believe that shit. Stop trying to make us believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know. Do it somewhere else.
Listen, man, I'm with you, Cuddy. That's the only fucking thing I agree with L. Ron Hubbard on. Was that this psychology shit is some bullshit. L. Ron and the Scientology motherfuckers can't stand that shit. I get needing somebody to talk to, somebody to vent to, a mediator, somebody to help you work out your problems. But if you're gonna tell me that that these people are powerful, to have all this knowledge and wisdom, to have somebody sit down in front of them and say, you are now a girl or you are now a boy. Now we get into some goofy shit. They aren't treating this shit anymore. I don't think they ever really could treat it. That's why we don't have sanitariums and asylums and shit anymore, because they was torturing them fucking people. They weren't treating anything. You know what I'm saying?
Psychology is not a goddamn science.
Right.
Because when you start doing experiments on people, you know,
that's all this shit is. They were literally frying motherfuckers.
A lot of fucking international laws.
They were literally frying motherfuckers' brains in these places. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. So now you got some kids, and these are children, man. These are children, and most of these kids don't want this shit to be done. It's their fucking parents, man, because it's the coolest. These motherfuckers' lives are pretty much over, so they live in bed vicariously through their kids and fucking them up, man. I'm just saying, be who you want to be, but don't invite me.
I don't know if it's all
That's
that. I genuinely believe that there are a lot of environmental toxins that are hormone disrupting.
I believe that shit too.
And a lot of time, and you see it in PFOAs, the leaching of plastic into every fucking thing that we touch. And that disrupts testosterone.
But did you remember the brother? I think it was Berkeley. He was doing the experiments on the frogs, and he found that because of the plastics and shit in the water, and not even just that, but the chemicals that's in the water, a lot of the fucking male frogs, their genitalia wasn't growing, and all kind of other shit. They were pretty much fucking turning into females. So I agree with you. I'm just go ahead. I don't mean to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the same page. I mean, but reptiles are a little bit different because there are a lot of reptiles that can change gender if there aren't enough of the opposite sex, or they change gender depending on temperature, when their eggs are developing. Reptiles are weird.
What my man said from Jurassic Park, nature will find a way.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nature will find a way.
Right. But we should be treating these toxins instead of just agreeing with everybody's mental disorders.
Right on.
All right. Y'all done went over the limit with this goddamn topic. Both of y'all.
Man, it's fucking. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
My bad.
15.
Hanson Mandela, that's what you here for, man, to cut in. Shut up,
So well
we pump these cats brakes, man.
Motherfuckers won't stop.
So we had the cat girl in Australia, and here in the United States, there's a school. There are the school systems in Minnesota.
I think Missouri. Yeah.
They're reinstating spankings.
I love it.
But they also said that in a lot of states, man, it's still on the books. They
19
just don't
states.
enforce it. Yeah, they just don't enforce it. But Missouri was like, nah, we bringing the wood. Yeah.
I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it.
See y'all like you don't you meow at me. Get your ass up on this desk.
There you go. Now I can obviously see that I'm the only one on this panel who agrees with it. So you gentlemen may go first.
Hey,
that you agree with spanking in schools?
I absolutely do.
I thought it was funny,
these
but
students
I
are
don't.
bring fucking guns to school, right?
That part.
Man.
That part.
Go ahead.
You don't bring a paddle to a gunfight? What kind of shit is this?
That part.
Oh shoot!
Times have changed. Times have changed,
Okay.
man.
There's
Times
a reason
have
why I
changed.
picked this picture for this topic, and it's because these teachers are fucking these students.
Yep.
When
Absolutely.
you start bringing paddles and shit into this, man, it's gonna turn into some S&M shit at school.
Say dig it. Okay, you're right about these kids bringing guns to schools. Okay, but a lot of these situations are just like these outlier situations.
Yeah.
They bring the guns without no paddling.
True.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. With all that No Child Left Behind shit, which I'm not saying is a bad thing because kids do deserve an education, but how many kids are thrown off track and distracted because some motherfucker out there is sending a kid to school who they put no emotional time in with, no physical time as far as spending time with them, teaching them right and wrong. And so these kids go to school and they raise hell and they run amok. They're undisciplined. At least back then in the schools, if you was doing that shit, you get your ass swatted a few times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I know some people like, no, you're not hitting my kid. That's probably most people in today's generation, because especially when they don't want you hitting your own fucking kid. They don't, oh no, you can't. If you hit your kid, call CPS. To that end, I'm like, yeah, no, then that's not cool. But I think that when we came up, I think that it was a certain type of discipline. Wasn't nobody fucking abusing us. And you see the difference. You see the difference between the generations, man, when certain things started being taken away versus let's cater to these motherfuckers and let's just talk to them, and the talking shit don't work, and put them on a trophy system. So I'm for it.
I'm afraid of the backlash from the kids. These kids are not playing. You hit me, I will kill you. And the reason why the parents signed off, because the parents know the kid will kill them too. I'm not putting my hands on him. He's fucking crazy. But yes, I'll sign this waiver.
Yeah.
You give it a shot, because I tried everything.
You risk your life doing that shit.
The question is though, like, what do they consider? What do they consider the last resort? That's the question.
Yeah.
Like if this motherfucker just won't listen, if they raising it. Look, man, I knew a motherfucker. I don't know how she didn't feel it. I knew a motherfucker touched the teacher's ass in school.
I knew people like that, but they was fucking that teacher.
No, this one wasn't. I think because of who it was, either she didn't feel it or she was afraid to say something.
That part.
Because our schools in our household, back home. And again, you got a lot of people, man. Listen, man, these kids are coming out of homes with absolutely no fucking love. A lot of these kids weren't even supposed to be here because their parents was just fucking. Dude just didn't wear a condom, pull out, or he just, hey man, I gotta get this nut off. It wasn't a planned thing. And so these parents are treating these kids exactly like the fucking the intercourse was. This is just a one night thing, and then I ain't gotta see you again. Like, all right, I'll feed you, clothe you, place, stay, but get the fuck out of my face. And these kids know what it is. They unloved, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that whooping the kid ass is the only way to reach them. But goddamn, at what point do you suplex one of these little motherfuckers?
Again,
they ain't the children of the corn.
You do that, man. You putting yourself at risk, man.
I'm with it.
These kids ain't playing.
But
me neither.
In the same sense, like they said on the Boondocks at the end of that one episode, some of these motherfuckers need their ass whooped. Facts.
Some do, because go back around to what I was saying. There's nothing going on at home. And half these kids are just, all that is just an attention grab. Them showing out, cutting up in class, because nobody's paying them attention at home. So let me go ahead where I got an audience. Let me go ahead and act a fool.
And they not eating at the house. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. They ain't
doing shit. They're not being stimulated. They're not being loved.
Right.
And they come to school and it's like showtime. I get to show my ass. And maybe they'll call my mom. Maybe they could find my dad.
Right.
That's why that kid is showing out.
There is no way in hell I would trust a teacher to discipline my child. Teaching is the easiest fucking job to get outside of being a nurse's aide. Okay, so I got teachers in my family. I apologize, but you can get a 4-year degree and then take a teaching certificate and teach in school.
What was that? I think in Texas. Is that Texas where they said that you don't need a degree no more? You need X amount of hours.
Yeah,
take those classes or whatever, and that's it. You don't even need a degree.
Yeah.
So
pay sucks. These people are overworked, underpaid, and then you're going to give them the opportunity to beat any child that they want.
But that's not the teachers. The only person.
No, but that's how it's going to go.
No, it's not how it. Fuck off.
Yeah, it is. There are some fucked up individuals in this world.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But what I'm saying, it's a last resort, and it's done by the principal. Like
that's it.
Don't make it any better. Fuck that nigga too.
Listen. Okay, so seeing the state of things. Seeing that it's more motherfuckers on the corner, it's more homeless. What the fuck do you propose? At what point do you discipline these kids, man? Because you can't look, they are underpaid. Especially when they got to deal with these people don't even want to deal with their own fucking kids. A lot of these people send their kids to school so they don't have to fucking deal with them.
Yeah.
And then that kid get there, he's slapping the shit out of everybody else's kid. That parent like, man, I can't hit this motherfucker because I go to jail. So what do? Giving them pussy don't work because they telling on the teachers.
I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, giving the pussy to the teacher. I think that's what the teachers is doing. They like, look, I can't here, take this pussy and just be good. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. That's all the teachers is doing, just trying to get them to act right so they can teach it.
Hey, man,
Like, I know you can focus. I know what you can do.
You gonna do your math. You gonna do your math. What's 3x equals 15?
Hey man, go ahead with that, man.
Yeah.
Leave kids alone, man. But like I said, it could go either way with this whole bringing back licks.
I think so, man. I think we need to go back to a certain point in society.
I know. There's no way in hell. Not as fucked up as this society is and how individuals cannot deal with their own fucking stresses. And then you're going to give somebody that makes $30,000 a year and 60 fucking kids in their classroom for 8 hours a day, a fucking paddle and a green light to beat your child. No.
So Cuddy, you don't think that we at this point because of a certain lack of discipline
we're at this
we
point,
used to have?
We're at this point because everyone is over fucking worked. And every parent has to work 2 fucking jobs, and these kids are unsupervised 90% of the fucking time.
So So you don't think that some of these parents are just shitty and don't want to be parents? That they was just trying to get a nut and they got a kid instead?
I'm sure that happens. I'm sure that happens. But if people were properly paid, then maybe people can stay at home and raise their own fucking kids.
Listen, listen, man. It's a lot of fucking Jon Snows in the world, if you know what I'm saying.
Jon Snow?
Game of Thrones. It's a lot of bastards out here. All the bastards had the name Snow.
Okay.
And it's not their fault, man. You got, like I said, it's kind of like when I try to talk to young ladies. I'm like, listen, just because a motherfucker laying with you don't mean he love you. Don't mean he want a long-term relationship and he wants to start a family with you. So be aware of what you're doing when you lay down with somebody, because there's repercussions. You can get sexual diseases, or you can end up with another little human being. Then you get these people, especially these young parents, that's like, well, shit, mama gotta have a life. You know what I'm saying? What? I gotta stop living, and then the kid is just out there raising them fucking selves, man.
Yeah, it could go either way with this whole spanking thing, man. But like Tank said, I'm on that side, man. I'm not gonna turn loose, that kind of responsibility.
And I'm not
somebody that's like you said, underpaid and overworked and stressed, because that your kid may get the next 6, 7, 8 assholes licks on that one. He taking it out like, oh, I didn't get that right cheek good enough. Some more passive aggressive shit that's going on that would go on in that situation. So that's how I look at it.
I just know in some of these other countries, they whoop their kids' ass and they doing a lot better than fuck than we are.
They're not lying to these kids all day long either.
What they lying to them about, Cuddy?
I'm
just asking.
Books. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Everything.
I'm sorry. Everything. I mean, we open up our history books in the United States, and nothing but lies.
What you said, participation awards.
Yeah.
You didn't win, because you sucked on that one. Instead of telling them that, you tell them like, hey, everybody's a winner. No, you lost.
No,
Work
that
harder.
shit's trash.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit's trash.
It is
participation award, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's happening. That's what's gassing when Ob asks, what are they lying to him about? That you fucking lost.
Yeah,
that's it. You gassing them up on some shit, thinking that they all are winners. No,
yeah.
He won.
You're gonna hurt us. You're gonna hurt his feelings, man.
Fuck his fucking feelings,
you little bitch.
Right?
Whatever, like a little bitch, man. Shit,
but that's because
we win every motherfucking thing.
Right. I mean, shit, you got to give them something. We're at pay to play nowadays. If somebody's kicking out $500 for their kid to play fucking kickball, you better come out with something. If my kid didn't play, you better hand me fucking.
That's real. That's real. I mean, they charge out the ass.
It's different if you only made the team if you had merits, but now you got to pay for that shit. Man. Fuck these schools. Fuck these schools. Where the fuck is all that lottery money from? My grandmother played the numbers for 40 fucking years, 50, 60 years. You know what I mean? Where did all that money go to?
Lottery, casinos,
Rich people.
dispensaries. Where's all that money?
Like we have a Mega Millions that was at $1 billion.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, half of that money is supposed to go to schools, right?
Yep.
Where the fuck is this money at?
It went to the paddles. They bought
But they
new
still
paddles.
closing the schools.
They bought new
Right.
paddles, not books, not stationary shit. Paddles.
Yeah. It's like we are being fucking fleeced, man, and I'm sick of it.
Gotcha.
You know,
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Cuddy. I'm definitely with you, man. I just listen, man. We are victims of a corrupt political system. That's just that is the meat and potatoes of it. When you look at how shit used to be, it's almost like when you see how things used to be, it's like why was anything changed? What was the better that it was changed for? I agree with you, man. I'm just saying.
We just like before, like on that movie Wall Street, my man was like, greed is good.
Yeah.
We put profit over people.
I just feel
All
like
day long.
we need to get back to a more disciplined society, man. It's kind of like that dude's opening monologue. I forget what his name is in the newsroom. We ain't first to shit in this country, except for being ego driven and daring. Other than that, we like 36, 30 something in every fucking damn near everything, man.
Yeah.
We
Number of
we need
adults who
discipline
believe in
back.
angels.
Huh?
Next.
The percentage of adults that believe in angels.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
Right on.
Man, fuck these schools. I'm sorry. I just one last time. I just had to
Get it out, son. Yeah, man. What the fuck? Oh man, thank you, DJ Top Choice, for enlightening us on this. I didn't know what the fuck this was.
I just
And-
seen some shit on this shit last night. The
Yeah.
whole entire fuck.
And
Yeah.
it was making the rounds. They couldn't go to Yonkers, the Bronx, and find a real motherfucking rapper. Now
Listen.
they, and he got a deal. You know how many cats out there in the cipher right now trying to get a deal, but yet
Yeah,
they
this
gonna
shit
conjure up a
nuts.
motherfucker.
But remember,
Yeah,
we
man.
talked about this, and I said that this is a digital jigaboo, and y'all was like, oh, well,
This ain't nothing but digital blackface.
right,
Yeah.
and I think one of you was like, oh, well, you can't tell, he's racially ambiguous. My ass,
Facts. You know he black.
he fucking black. They meant for him to be black, and the rapper, when I heard his voice, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's a brother, man, and just the whole shit with, oh, the police officers whooping my ass because I won't snitch. It's just ridiculous, man. And I don't think that people see a lot of what's going on, the bigger picture, besides it just being some digital black faces, man. This shit might be the end of rap as we know it.
Nah, it's not gonna, because of what just happened, because of the backlash. This is with Max Headroom, crazy.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, this is his grandson. What the fuck is this, man? This is crazy, man.
Man,
And I thought it was a spoof, but he actually got a deal.
Man, everybody thought
Yeah.
this was a joke.
He got a fucking deal.
let me say
It's
this.
no joke. It's no joke. I mean, if you think about it, I'm sorry. I'll go ahead.
Go ahead, Cuddy.
No, I just if you think about it, if you digitize this shit, man, I mean these artists can be infinite. Like look at the Simpsons. Simpsons going on what 35, 40 fucking years of being on TV.
Running shows.
Yeah,
ever.
and Bart Simpson is still 9 years old or whatever the fuck he is. You can have the same thing with these rappers. This
That's
guy will
what he
never get
was-
shot in a drive-by.
Right.
He'll never OD on promethazine. He'll
Right.
he'll never go to jail.
You don't have to
It's-
worry about him ever coming back and asking for his publishing or his
Exactly.
masters.
He thought that's
y-
what he was doing. The dude on the left, the real guy, he
Right.
said he thought this was going to open up a different avenue for
Nope.
MCs. But then again, just like the industry, you're gonna get raped in the
Right.
digital realm, in the metaverse, and in the universe.
But you think about it, a motherfucker don't look. They find every way to fuck these entertainers. This been going on since the days of Motown, and the latest was the 360 deal.
Yeah.
Now they ain't got to do nothing about that. That shit is just wordplay. Oh, we signed this FN bullfucking shit because you don't need the rapper's likeness. You just got his fucking voice. That's like, what was that movie with Al Pacino? When they had the pop star, he created this whole fucking pop star.
Was it something 6, right?
I don't know if one of you could look it up, but he created this whole fucking pop star. The voice, I forget what happened with the voice, but like you said, this digital person would be around infinitely.
Forever.
And it didn't even and even the guy who created it became disposable.
Yep.
What fucking was gonna open up for him? They don't need your face. They ain't gotta worry about you not showing up to a show.
First it was like that Milli Vanilli shit.
Right. They put your voice right.
Yeah. We got the the model.
Right.
Now we just need the sound.
They put your voice into a computer, and now the computer is rapping your fucking voice. They don't even need you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This shit is crazy. Did you read the article where what's this guy named Hooligan, the hero or some shit? He was talking about how Capitol Records came to him and told him that they needed to build equity in this digital character before they could start paying him money. So rap and dance Negro before there's any dollar signs behind this shit. And then this digital jigaboo gets signed and dropped in a week, and this Negro is laid down a whole album worth of tracks, and he ain't getting $1 for
A
it.
motherfucking thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey man, he rolled the dice, man. He rolled the dice.
Yeah.
All this is new. This is new territory, because to me it could have went either way if they wouldn't have got the backlash, if it wasn't so coonish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If they had kept it a buck, man, it might have took the fuck off, and it still might. Somebody may actually do it right. We got Snoop doing this whole metaverse and everything, and I think they did something on what you call it last night on the Video Music Awards. Him and Eminem or whatever, in the metaverse or whatever, some shit. I don't know, but yeah, man, if they would have marketed this right, this could have been the next, another fucking avenue. So I get old boy at least rolling the dice, thinking it was gonna go that way, but again, they want, no matter what we do, they want us shucking and bucking.
Oh, and listen, real quick, the name of the movie was called Simone, and tell me if this sounds familiar. A producer's film is endangered when his star walks off, so he decides to digitally create an actress to substitute for the star, becoming an overnight sensation that everyone thinks is a real person. Once they found out that the bitch wasn't real, they didn't care. She became the hottest star. Meanwhile, the real motherfucking actresses, they weren't even at the top anymore. This is what I'm saying. This shit, these rappers need to be looking at this shit. If these companies do this, they ain't got to worry about a rapper that's in legal trouble, that's getting maced by Charleston White. None of this shit.
Say what's up to Charleston for us.
Yeah. No,
man, shit.
I fuck with it.
With Charleston White.
I can't fuck with dude.
Hey, but
I fuck with it, y'all. Hey, I'm the odd man out. Go ahead, Cuddy.
But this is it opens up a new era in technology and music. If you guys have you guys paid attention to how many news articles are being written by AI?
No.
The majority of them, along with the majority of social media posts, are created by artificial intelligence.
Them bots and shit you talking about?
Yeah,
talking about bots and shit. Okay, go ahead. I wanted to make sure. I was tracking.
So here we are, where you can take we're in the age where you can take a snippet of someone's voice and recreate a whole,
That's
monologue. You could take someone's photo and recreate a whole movie, you know, nothing in the future will be real.
So,
And
Cuddy,
what
let
do
me
they
ask
need
you this
people
question.
for?
Let me ask you this question. What if it's the AI fucking with us? What if
Trying to destroy hip hop? Go ahead.
no, what if you know how we be on the internet and we get these trolls? Like a brother on Your World, he pointed out, he said, go to a person's page. If you go there and it ain't no pictures, no videos, they got very few followers in the 13s and 14s, they're trolls. How we know this shit ain't AI? Because a lot of times when you look at certain channels, right, it'll be like a lot of black, like you'll have a lot of, you'll see a black person's face and they'll be saying shit, saying fucked up shit. Or you'll see a white person's face. And like a lot of these guys pointed out that a lot of these racist dudes be they'll find a picture of a black person and then they'll just say shit, use certain words, and it's found out to be true. What if this shit is AI doing this shit? What if this shit is the machines having us at each other's fucking throat? I know I sound fucking nuts.
Watch out.
When you think about how, like what you're saying, didn't that have something to do with the whole Russian thing? And it was bots that was putting up
for the election. Yeah.
That was part of it. Yeah.
That, and this is what Elon's talking about, you know.
What controls most of Twitter.
Yeah.
It's the internet, you know.
Yep.
It's we're looking to automate everything and to have robots entertain us. It's ridiculous.
You can't catch COVID from AI.
Yeah.
No,
you can catch a cyber bug.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I'd hate to find out that Skynet is fucking racist, though.
Man,
imagine some cyber hip hop beef from these AI rappers.
Right.
See, yeah, that's some next
Cyber
level
sex.
shit. Yeah.
Get your binary fucked up.
Just saying.
Who wrote your code, pussy?
On some real shit.
That's just
Not pull up no more. Load up.
Load up on some real ghostwriting shit.
Yeah, been on it. That's funny. Load up.
Right.
If you
What's up, nigga? You trying to take a touring test? What's up, nigga?
That motherfucker only got 2 gigs. He got
What's
2
your
gigs.
buffer?
Well, you
Buffer
freezing
up
up
then, nigga. You ain't about shit.
Like I'm saying, don't freeze up. Don't freeze up now.
Don't freeze up now.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna dox you, pussy. Go ahead.
I don't know what's next for rap.
Motherfucking shit. I scramble all your shit. I'll reroute your ass. Say something else. I'll reroute your ass. Say something else.
Man.
Say something.
Look, I'll tell you one thing right now.
Right.
I'd rather listen to AI rap than Lil Nas X. So
what if they really fuck with us? Let me stop because I'm about to go out the deep end. My consigliere talked to me today. I'm about to say something real fucked up by accident.
Come on now. I got to cuss them out.
Cancel both of us today.
Right. Let's get to the new one because I've been good. These last few shows,
been solid. Been solid, man.
I cursed, but I'm solid.
You solid, man. What we got, brother?
Let's get it.
Okay.
Fury is the parents of adopted son only pay biological children's college fees. So okay, let me start off by saying that this picture threw me for a fucking loop. I was like, man, this is racist bullshit. Pay for this black child's fucking school. But this is a stock photo, and race was not talked about in this article. At least I didn't see it. Right. But okay, so what went down was this child's mother died when he or she was 4 years old. Yeah. And then the mother's best friend adopted this child, raised him with the rest of their family. And when it comes time for this child to go to school, all the other kids went to like college and then grad school. Some of them went to be fucking doctors and engineers and shit.
And this motherfucker went to YSU.
They told
Went to
this
IGT.
child that your mother didn't leave you any money, so you're kind of on your own.
Is this an am I the asshole?
Yeah,
I was about to ask that
be.
same question.
It should
I
be.
thought it was.
No, it wasn't. It should be. We could make it.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can make it. We gonna make it.
It's officially a am I the asshole?
Asshole. Yes, sir.
All right.
Go ahead. I want to hear what y'all brothers' take is.
So
the full story is also not just college. Remember, the one bought the kid's condo.
yeah, and that was the other thing. So when this child was at college age, another kid in the family, one of the biological kids, was going to buy a home, and the parents put a down payment on that condo or bought the condo for the kid. Yeah. And now this adopted child, they're telling this adopted child that they don't have any money. It's not possible for us to give you any money for college.
May I
My spotty sense
Please
on
do.
that, man. I think they fucking with that motherfucker for real.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
You said the parents died at 4?
The mother.
Yeah. The mother
mom
died.
and the friend took the kid in.
So busted. My colleague Hanson Mandela could actually be correct in saying that they think that he's fucking with him. But I would venture to say that they had their children. A lot of times when people have kids, they make plans specifically for those kids. This kid was an unexpected thing, an unexpected responsibility that came from a tragedy. I feel like the parents are not the assholes. I think that they gave this kid a household, fed him, clothed him, gave him a decent life. I feel like the kid could have went into the system if they didn't take him. And we know what these kids deal with in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Brutalized, raped, or whatever. I think the kid is fortunate that somebody cared enough about him to take him in. It does look bad on the face of it, but I mean, in reality, their biological children, I mean, they do have all the rights to everything.
I'm gonna have to go against it and call them complete assholes.
Go ahead.
Because they went above and beyond. If you're gonna take in somebody's kid, that's not gonna be your step kid no more. That's your kid.
Mm-hmm.
You fit them into that equation as well. Because I'm sure while that kid was 4 years old and they were gaining equity as a family, a whole family, not us and then you. They paid for college, grad school, condos. What, they thought this kid was going to disappear at 18? They didn't make plans for this. What, when you 18, we didn't raise you, you're no longer with our family. It's how I see that by them doing some fuck shit like that. You got all this money to take me in and raise me up, but now I can't benefit like the rest of my siblings.
I see your side of it, but again, they did something that they didn't have to do. The kid could be somewhere.
Yeah, they could be in the system.
Yeah,
they could be in the system.
Somebody fucking on them.
Yeah, and
all that crazy shit. I do see what you're saying, like, because it begs the question. What you're saying, and I'm speaking to your point. It begs the question: if this child is treated like this as 18, 19, then how were they treated while they were growing up? But
they just pointed out this major transition point right now. It's like, right. Everything was cool until it came to my education. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, there's no funds.
So is the person saying that they were cool to the education?
They pretty much saying that. I mean, I'm trying to read into it because they said that they paid for everybody else's shit. So I'm assuming everything was cool until it came to the education.
Oh no! See, then here's the other flip side. What if this kid was a dickhead? What if he never just assimilated to the family? What if he's just a little shithead that gave these motherfuckers hell, and they're just like, motherfucker, when you're 18, you got to go.
You're done.
See, I feel what you're saying, because I'm lightweight thinking myself too. What if the real plot was, listen, mama gone, She gone, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's kill this motherfucker before we turn 18 on some Dateline shit. That way, we ain't gotta give this motherfucker a goddamn thing.
So you clothed and fed this kid since 4 years old, and now when they turn 18, it's like, man, you got to go.
Listen, mama gone. She ain't got no shit. Her spirit is telling me off this nigga.
Wow. Damn.
I'm just saying.
That took a
So
turn.
listen,
Damn, that took a turn.
It went dark.
You gotta supply your own heat. I'm just playing devil's advocate on this. I'm not saying it could happen because I'm seeing from every aspect of this whole shit.
The bunk.
Hey, real shit. I just finished the first 2 seasons of The Wire too, so I mean, I saw my mind working right now.
Got you.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you.
Look, man.
It's just like I said, man. Just the on the face of it, man. It just seemed like it's some fucked up shit because y'all got bank. If you paying for grad school, you putting down money for a fucking condo. You got bank. Even if it's state college, you got bank. You can help. You can help.
You saying send them to barber school at least?
Here's another
Anywhere,
question:
man.
how many kids were there? Or
I don't know, but they said
kids were there.
I don't. It has. Shit,
Yeah,
I'm
they
thinking
made
maybe
like
2 or
it was
3.
at least 3.
Yeah, minimum.
They made it sound like it was at least 3.
That's
And
a
the
lot
money
of
was
fucking
there.
money. That's a
That's
lot of
college
fucking
and
money.
grad school, man.
College,
That's
grad school, condos, cars.
all that.
So maybe they couldn't fit the little homie in, though, man.
Let me say something.
I mean, go ahead.
And it's like everybody
Fuck
else.
this kid.
Fuck
Fuck this kid in the ass. Fuck this kid. Let him go out and take one of these fucking regular ass fucking college loans out like I had to,
Right.
and struggle. Fuck you, okay?
Oh,
Look,
man.
you had a family
Right.
take you in
That's
when
my
your
cousin.
like. I'm
Be
sure your
blood.
mother wasn't the only fucking child. She wasn't the only person in her fucking family. Like your family could have took you in, but they
Right.
didn't. Okay,
Right.
so
And they probably
your
didn't
mom's
get him no
friends
fucking
took
money.
you in.
Took
and
him in.
fed you, clothed you, and housed
Entertained
you
you.
until you was
You were-
18.
You went to
You can take
Disneyland.
a fucking school loan, okay?
Right.
You
need
didn't
your
suck
school
off
loan.
the titty enough, all right?
Right. Like you can't demonize some motherfuckers that didn't let you go into a house with some motherfucker with the pissy wife beater was feeling on you. You know what I'm saying? And putting all kind of clothespin shit up to you.
Fuck
I'm
is
just
going
saying. What?
What are you doing, man?
my goodness.
I didn't do shit.
It's the bot. It's the bot.
The man in the myth who
There
explains
you
the
go.
man in the myth. Say, motherfucking Drizzy, give it
There
up.
you
There
go.
he
Look,
is.
There
Look,
you go.
this-
All right, we need your insight. Come on,
Yeah,
family.
this kid has had it very fucking good for the last 14 years.
And
Okay?
now he wants it great.
Now he wants gravy on the potatoes. Like, nigga, sit your ass down somewhere. Go be a mechanic. What's wrong with that?
Right.
What's wrong with
Right.
that?
You still
You
gotta
know-
go to school.
There's always
You
chauffeur.
still gotta go to school. You still gotta go to chauffeuring for that. That costs money. Chauffeuring is free.
They got vocational school and it's free. Hey, take out a school loan, okay? Take out a
Go to
school
military.
loan.
You could go
Your
enlist,
adoptive parents have done enough for you.
right?
Damn.
Stop.
So that's it.
Don't
We love you.
demonize
We
them.
love you up to this much.
No, I mean, but
I don't think it's
at
about
what
up
point
to
can
this
you
much.
tell this motherfucker to back the fuck off? You
Let me
ain't
say
lying.
this. Let me say this. They
Like, hey man,
Right.
look, nigga, I fed you your entire life. You
Okay,
know what
just
kids
feed me
your
the whole
age
thing.
do when they're
You
stuck
gonna
out here
go
on the
to the
streets? Did you want to be a child prostitute? No,
Oh
we brought you
my
into a
God.
good home. Okay,
And
you watch
you
your
gonna go
brothers
to
and
the
sisters
media
be
on me?
successful. Just be happy for them.
What?
and you gonna go to the media on me?
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah. Now you done lost the last bit of family you had. Fuck you.
See,
Get the fuck out.
Are you gonna run a tail?
You're dead.
Run a tail.
Load
Fuck
up.
you.
You went against the family. You're dead to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Drizzy. What
don't
you
go
got on
against the
this?
family, Fredo. Fucking kid. You feed this motherfucker this whole time, and he start complaining that you didn't do enough for him?
Yeah, man.
Like,
yeah.
hold on, man. That's an argument I can have with my dad, okay? But that ain't something that somebody else can have with my dad. You know what I mean? That ain't an argument somebody else can have. Right. Get the fuck out of here. His brothers and sisters should be kicking his ass.
Hold on. That's like This Is Us. That's like This Is Us. I don't know if y'all ever watched this shit.
Yes.
But sometimes the black motherfucker would get on my nerves.
Drizzy, what you doing, man? Why you changing shit?
I didn't mean to do that. What did I do?
Oh man, what the hell?
That's right. I done came in and hijacked y'all niggas. You bumped my live stream off.
But yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know if y'all ever watched this shit, man.
All of it, the whole thing, man, beginning to end. Go ahead.
Okay, the black dude.
Yeah.
He pissed me the fuck off. They took this dude in. The mother took him in, right? Because the daddy was a gay drug addict. Okay. Yeah. He was on that shit. Yeah. The mother was off, come to find out she was alive. Yeah, no, for real. This is what they did to him. They made the dad a drug addict and then turned around and said he was gay. Yeah. They took him in because they had triplets. They lost one of the kids. So they raised him up to be the own. Well, as an adult, this motherfucker holds this grudge for like 3 or 4 seasons with the mother because she didn't tell him about the dad. She was like, yo, he told me not to say nothing. I raised you like we did, me and your dad, we did all this. And this cat had a complete grudge. I felt like I didn't know this. Gave him a good life, sent him to school, paid for school. So maybe this family was just watching This Is Us. Yeah. And they said, fuck this ungrateful little motherfucker. Maybe he said something and was like, look, they was like, nah, it ain't like that, man.
Hey, man, look, I'm with Eddie Murphy on this one. Give a nigga a rope, he want to be a cowboy. Sit your motherfucking ass down. Be happy that you had a family, that you made it through high school. Somebody gave a fuck about you. Now take out a college loan.
There you go. Go to the military.
Yeah,
you got
go to the military.
Son. You got options, son.
Y'all cold, man. Y'all cold. That's cold.
That's cold. Exactly. It's not cold. Your brother and sister is now a doctor and a lawyer. You're gonna ask them for the loan.
That's cold.
Okay,
that's like a hand job with no happy ending.
That part. It was.
You said what?
You got me this far, but then it's fuck you at the end.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. That was my point.
Is it fuck you or is it these people budgeted for their children?
It's fuck you.
Nah.
Or they budgeted for their children. I don't know, man.
It's thank you for the government check. Thank you for the government check. We probably collected for you being in the household.
I ain't thinking about that. Go ahead.
Go on your merry way, nigga.
Yeah,
thanks.
You're done. Thank you.
Thanks for being able to claim you on the income taxes. Now you can go fix some more tourists, you little bitch.
There you go.
look at your sister's condo. That's your education.
Youngstown's old handsome man dollar. You can spend the night at the condo. Go ahead.
Shit. You can spend the night. You come get a plate. But
you get a plate.
Come get a plate.
Maybe I'm just tired, man.
It is, man. It's just fuck you at the end. It was like you raised me. You talk about I'm your kid. We all family, we all one, except for when it comes to the funds.
Hey,
there's also like we didn't get the parent side of the shit. This kid could have been fucked up.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, this kid could have been a complete fucking asshole.
We just going off of what was out there, just base value. Do you think that's right or wrong for you to just cut a kid off when it comes to the education?
Hey, man, every black child on this fucking panel got cut off at 18. Okay,
right.
And we're all fucking fine.
Fucking right.
Fuck
we
that
all
kid.
Good. You're right.
You're right. Exactly.
You're right.
K-Camp said the best.
So is it 3-2?
Cut that bitch off.
Yes, sir. God damn, that's fucked up, man.
Fuck that kid.
Yeah, man.
He had a loving family and shit and want to talk shit about him.
Right.
Fuck him.
Right.
He ain't talking shit. He's just pointing out the obvious, man. That's all. It's just some indiscrepancies right there.
That's that dad.
Go ahead.
That's that damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you?
Happened to you? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, homie. In high school, you was my dad, homie. What the fuck happened to you?
That's what he's saying.
Hey.
That's what he's saying. Like, damn, like that. Okay.
Hey.
That's what it is.
Hey. But what he gonna really say though? Well,
he ain't gonna say shit now. He ain't got nothing to say.
Drizzy made a point. Because what if they use Drizzy did make a good point, even though I still feel the way I did. What if they took some of that money, that check money that they collected, and they spent it on the other kids' condo? They used it to finance the other kids.
You know they did. You know they did. That went into the college fund.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. Now get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Gave all the kids, all the biological kids, Lucky Charms. That kid was eating kicks,
eating wheat puffs.
If he would have stayed a ward of the state, if that child would have stayed a ward of the state and would have been a foster child in that home, then wouldn't he have gotten free in-state tuition to any state college?
Something like that, but I'm thinking they may have adopted.
So they just screwed it. They just screwed him all around.
See what I'm saying? That's why it wasn't a what you call it. So that's why he's like, y'all took me in. I may even have y'all fucking last name.
But I think
this is what happened. Everybody but the one I busted a nut for get the benefits.
I don't know. Hey, I've been watching Game of Thrones, man. So. That happens when you're a bastard.
Hey,
they said
that nigga,
you will not go
like
to college.
Nick Red back to Whack Arnold's nigga. You cut off. Cut off.
Hey, we got one more. I gotta fit it in before Ed shows us his wine. All right.
What is it?
All right, so this happened in Arizona. 4 people shot dead while serving an eviction notice, including constables. So, of course, we had the pandemic, and then we have the global shutdown, global slowdown, like turning into a recession. So we're going to see a lot more people get tossed out of their homes. A lot of things.
It ain't they fucking home. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is going to be a commonplace in the news coming up. You guys remember 2010, where white people were blowing their fucking brains out when the sheriff showed up to take their house.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people aren't used to being broke.
That part, and also don't forget about the increase in utilities.
Yeah,
because winter's coming. Remember, I sent you guys that about that one boss is giving his employees an extra $1,800 per check just to cover the electric.
Yeah.
Because of the price of oil and all for those for the utilities over there. They said the winter's coming, and that's when the heating bills go through the roof. Yeah. Just like here, man, it's ridiculous because they don't charge you for like the usage that you use. They charge you for how much the shit is costing everybody. Yeah. So they could increase your shit almost by like $200. They got this TikTok going around. This dude was like, I live in a 3-bedroom and everybody works day shift. Nobody's home. We keep it at 78 degrees when we're gone. And my electric bill went from $150 to $460.
Now I saw an interesting news article on this phenomenon right now. So they're saying like 1 in 6 people in America are behind on their utility bills.
Yep.
And instead of the utility companies taking a loss on that 1 out of 6 accounts, they spread that loss over the other 5 accounts. So the utility company never loses any money. They just increase it every paying customer's bill.
Bro, you didn't know that's listen. I was told years ago when I was in the military, that's the shit that Sprint used to do. This is allegedly, and it wasn't just them. All of these outstanding bills and shit, they would send these motherfuckers to collections, but they will also take that bill and spread it over other people's accounts. So you wondering why your bill is usually like $25.50, but now it's $25.53, $25.54.
Nickel and dime.
Yeah, that's how they. And you're not gonna know the fucking difference.
Well, you are if you went from 150 to 480.
No, I understand that. I'm talking about the other. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah. But you're right, because listen, that's what happened in Texas when they went to the self-read meters. That's when my job was wiped out. We put those fucking meters in.
Mm-hmm. They could jack everything up. Yeah.
Right. So you had to go read them twice so that it would sync up in the system. You read it once and you go back and you read everything over again. After that, our jobs was done. Maybe a few that they didn't get, but I think they had a group of people do that. Well, I noticed when I was going to read the meters, motherfucking, it was a lynch mob out there. What the fuck is going on? My bill is usually $150 and now it's $500. And they're telling me that these new meters are more accurate. And I'm like, hey, listen. And I had to constantly tell people, hey, I agree with you. I think it's some bullshit. Because, you know, what do you mean that they're more accurate? So you telling me in all of these fucking years, most of these meters been around before any of us, they just was fucking fucked up? That's what you're telling me? Or could it be that y'all put these new meters in here and they're reading a different way?
Mm-hmm. You got to pay for those meters.
You got to pay for the fucking meter. And there it is. They had to pay for the fucking meters.
Mm-hmm. Just like
hey, can I quote Earthquake?
Go ahead.
Air supposed to be free.
Free.
Mm-hmm.
Water supposed to be free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they wouldn't have killed off Tesla, all this shit would be free.
Free.
Yeah, man. Like these casinos, like everybody know, don't go to a new casino. They got to get that money back. Everything is tight. Yeah. They ain't giving you shit. All they doing is taking in, man. Don't you take your ass to a brand new casino.
Never lie. I went to Vegas, like, let me try and win a couple dollars.
Yeah.
I had to say, fuck it. Yeah. Nobody's winning nothing down there.
Just go into the floor and listen. Just listen. Do you hear anybody winning?
Nobody's
All
winning.
You hear is the fucking machines collecting. Just listen. Don't sit down. Go in there and just listen. Do you hear any bling, 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 bling? Anybody winning? Anybody yelling? No. Get the fuck out.
Man, we went to Cache Creek up here. We got Great and Cache Creek. It's a few of them. Thunder Valley, Thunder Mountain, whatever. Man, my babe had it. I watched it do that shit 3 times. That motherfucker would stop on the grand and it would just move a little bit. Then that motherfucker would like, boop.
$50.
It happened 3 fucking times. We were sitting there like, and you know what? In this last trip in Vegas, that's when I said this shit ain't even chance anymore. This shit is. They said it was a game, but this ain't chance. This is.
It's not even fun.
No, it's not even fun no more. Fuck it. We just go for the show.
Yeah.
Put a couple dollars in, maybe extra, get lucky, get $100 before the shit don't move no more. That's like my shit is the Wicked Wheel, right? My game is the Wicked Wheel, and you watch, that little double hot stuff, hot, and he spit some coins up and shit in there, and then once it gets full, the shit's supposed to let you pick Grand, Ultra, and all that. After a certain point, this motherfucker be spitting coins, but the shit wouldn't fall over. It's just on fire. I'm like, man, this shit's some bullshit. I ain't going to the ATM no more.
They always
man, you know how old you sound talking about the slot machines you like.
You goddamn right.
When you go in, you go to the left.
You see
a quick right, and then there's 2 seats.
I got a mini progressive.
You see this great,
like 40 cents every fucking roll.
Yeah, but you know, hey man, you know it. It's a tough thing, man, because you don't want people to be homeless, but there's a lot of people that did take advantage of the system, man.
Oh yeah, people who still didn't pay,
right? Even though they was working, they was like, nah, fuck that shit. You got a lot of people that was landlords that they little duplex that they was renting out. That's their only little money, and these people they ain't paying you shit.
You can't put them out,
and you can't put me out, and then they fuck your shit up when they finally time for them to go.
Yeah, that's just what this dude who got evicted, man. He did that and set the shit on fire.
Crazy.
Hey, the squeeze is gonna get worse though.
Yeah.
And so we got to add in this other dynamic where, of course, Russia's pipeline, their energy pipeline to the rest of Europe has been shut off because it runs through Ukraine. So now the United States is selling natural gas and heating fuel to the rest of Europe. So that's going to tie into
isn't that convenient?
Fuel. Yeah. So we're going to see heating fuel prices rise.
How nice of them.
Yeah. So not only can we expect some astronomical heating bills, but we can expect to eat the losses by selling that shit to Europe too. We're fucked. Well, I mean, you guys are fucked. I live in Mexico.
Shut up,
okay.
Man. Yeah, that's all right, man. As long as you got a place, I got a place. Always remember.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You come down, man. You don't need a key.
Look over your shoulder.
The doors ain't even locked.
Yeah, man.
Motherfucker break in here. We just gonna have a butt naked machete fight.
Hilarious.
Gentlemen, man, I am drinking on Grand Suds Cab.
All right. Okay. There you go. People, get your Grand Suds.
Please like, share, subscribe, sponsor, Cash App,
Venmo. Yeah, man.
Do all that shit because we need money.
Yes.
The heating bill and the electric bill is up. And we want
to shout out to goddamn handsome
They're
man.
Supposed to be free.
Youngstown's own handsome man Della for stopping through.
Indeed.
Shout out for him. Yeah. Shout out for them. You gotta come back through, man. Shout out to Drizzy, man, for coming through, man.
Yes.
Drizzy come through clutch. He was like, shit, I do this shit at the work. I do this shit at the shopping mall. I'm plugging in.
Right. Right.
Give us free.
Right.
They're hurting him.
Are you driving?
You better be safe.
Right.
Oh, shoot. I've been abducted by aliens and don't come after me.
And don't come after
me. I like it.
Ooh, that probe, nigga. Ooh.
Crazy.
Peace.
Grizzly.